What's up, everybody, and welcome down to the Matcave. You found your way to Matcave Gaming, and tonight's live stream is a members night where our channel members, the cave dwellers, get full control of the live chat. We didn't have it last night, Monday night. I was away on a family vacation, came back late, and I was like, I'm going to have to move this over, but I didn't want to skip it. We always want to have a weekly member stream.
Autobots, transform and roll out!
Exactly. I messed up last night and I couldn't do it. I was way too tired. But guys, I don't like removing streams. I don't like delaying them, but if I can make up for them by just putting them on a different night, I try to go for it. So it's a Tuesday night and it's our member stream. And if you'd like to join the conversation tonight, any of our member tiers get you into the live chat. They start at 99 cents. Guys, tonight we've got some topics to cover.
Sorry, I farted.
That's something I think Sony might as well have said. We got to talk about Sony tonight. I also want to talk about YouTube in general, its policies and some changes that are happening. So those are our two main topics, and then whatever else we end up kind of veering off onto, we'll see what happens, but I want to get your guys' thoughts on all of this that we're going to cover tonight, and see how you guys are feeling about these things. But tonight the big one we're gonna start with is Sony and PlayStation, and really just kind of the overall direction the world of gaming is heading in, which we have talked about a bit in the past already. But I want to kind of go into a little more detail tonight and kind of share where I'm feeling I'm going to be landing when all of this is said and done, depending on where it all goes. And then from there, I want to talk about a change that's happening with YouTube that it impacts me as a creator, but it's also going to impact everyone as viewers. And I think that's a side of it that not everyone is kind of thinking about, because I guess really the impact is more on the creator side, but there is a part of this that I think people need to understand, that as people that watch things on YouTube, myself included, the experience is going to be different on what we see. And there's a little bit of a aspect, and I'm really curious what you guys think of a certain aspect of being a viewer on YouTube, and something that makes you more likely to click on a video. So we're going to get into all that tonight. Tonight's a chat night. Tonight is with members streams, guys, we do things a little differently than our normal weekly streams. So anybody here that hasn't been to one of these, we could have chat nights like tonight where we're just having discussions about things. We could be playing a game. We could be doing an unboxing. This is kind of where we have a scattering of things that happen. So everybody here tonight, welcome, and I hope you enjoy tonight's stream. Let me say hello to everybody here so far. Let me scroll back up. What's up, Alan? Good to see you, dude. Brian's here. Ted, yo, let's go. Black Dragon, gonna be in and out lurking. Hey, rock and roll, man. Do what you gotta do. I appreciate you being here, man. As more people pop in, we'll get some more comments and everything going. If you guys haven't yet, please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Let's get started with Sony. We've talked about it a bit already in the past, and as many of you are already aware, Sony's big announcement about ending physical discs, physical games, come January of 2028. That was the big starter of this whole big thing. But as time has passed and more people, more I'm hearing about it, and the more Sony is not fully addressing it, like in a way that you would expect a company to. They're almost ignoring it. Like, they're just ignoring the backlash. I mean, we've reached a point where PS5 consoles that have a disc drive are being shipped with a printed on label that is telling you, hey, we're not going to do physical discs come January 2028. Printed on the box. It's not just a sticker, it's printed on there on the new boxes. That's wild. That's a commitment right there by the company to go in this direction, And then with that, there was a state of play that happened for a specific game. What the heck was that called? Blade Zero? I'm not familiar. Excuse me. I'm not familiar with the game. But there was a state of play that happened for a game to showcase a brand new game coming out, and I saw little images of it. It looked pretty cool, it looked pretty awesome. But that's not what that stream ended up being about. That state of play was completely taken over by the live chat and the comments. In this thing, this chat room, there was no way anybody could comment anything like about the state of play itself. Everything was no disc, no play. No disc, no buy. Bring back physical, don't kill physical. Everything you could imagine with that, with the emojis of CDs and everything on there. That was the entire live chat flying by. And it overwhelmed the entire thing. And I don't know if people even got all the information about the game. I'm sure plenty of people just turned off the live chat at a point and actually watched what the state of play was. But people who don't turn off the live chat, that's all you saw the whole way. No disc, no buy. And it's insane because we're coming up on what is set to be a planned PSN blackout, basically, by players. There was an upcoming, walkout, basically, where players are just not going to use any PlayStation or Sony equipment, anything that goes online, nothing like that. No sign-ins, no purchases, no games played, nothing. And I don't know how big of an impact that's even going to have. We'll find out eventually. But it's a 7-day planned blackout, basically, of the PSN community. And people to just show PlayStation, hey, we don't like what you're doing. And we'll see. When it all comes down to it, I'll talk about how the impact was at the end and see how that turns out. I don't think Sony's going to change a thing, though, based on it. I don't think it could be literally every single player across the world decides not to play for those 7 days. And I have to be brutally honest. I don't think it's going to impact anything, guys. And I know that sounds horrible, and I know that that's not what people want to hear, but realistically, this gigantic company, Sony, I don't know, man. I don't think anything's going to change from it. I don't think, I guess for lack of a better term, protesting, I don't think protesting has any impact with almost anything these days. Like, these companies don't really care about people. It's all about numbers. It's all about money. And a lot of it is short-sighted. But it's not... These companies aren't meant to be catering to people. It's meant to be catering to systems, algorithms, to dollar signs, to racking up numbers, whether they're realistic or not. We see inflated numbers and fake numbers with all kinds of stuff all the time. It's I don't know if the walkout's going to be, or blackout, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's going to have the impact that people want it to have. I'm glad it's happening, though, because people need to have a voice. This has to happen. I'm going to be part of this. It's just I just don't know how far that would actually take any of this. And that's the saddest part, is that we could speak up so loudly to this company that we have been fans of for so many years, and I think it's just falling on deaf ears. That's my opinion. I think it's just falling on deaf ears, and I want things to change, but and get back on track with what the world of gaming should be, but I think we're inevitably heading to where Sony wants it to go, and the other companies want it to go as well. Let me take a look and see what you guys are saying. I walked away from Sony during the PS4 era, barely boot up my PS4 Pro. And I had the regular PlayStation 4, and then I got a PS4 Pro. I did like the PS4 Pro, but the thing sounded like a jet engine. Like, it just, anytime I was playing a game that utilized the features that the PS4 had, PS4 Pro had, this thing, the fan was ridiculous, and it wasn't a faulty unit. It was just, that's how they were. So I just, in all honesty, I didn't play much of my PS4 Pro because it was annoying. So yeah, that was a rough one. I'm doing my part. I never bought a PS5. There you go, Ted. So yeah, you're rocking and rolling. We're Starship Troopers. We're doing our part. I got to show that movie to my son. It's awesome. Shareholders don't give a shit about customers, only their wallet. Yeah, that's the thing. It's about numbers. It's about shareholders. It's about the stocks and everything. It's the whole human side of this is what's pretty much being erased. And that's not just in the world of gaming, guys. That's in corporations across the world. That's just what it is. And it sucks because I grew up in a time where companies actually did care about their employees, where companies cared about people being involved and bringing people together. And just, look, I don't know if it could ever come back at this point in the day and age of AI and all this stuff, but with so many companies pushing towards AI to just take over doing everything, which, by the way, is the dumbest idea, I think, ever in the history of humanity at this point. It's going to end badly. We all know this, but whatever. I guess we just have to get there to know. Hey, in the future, who's going to be in the resistance, right? We'll be the rebels. We'll be the ones fighting, boots on the ground, against the machines, against AI. Look, we've seen the movies. We know what's going to happen. It's just a horrible move in all of these companies, and especially the gaming industry. And a lot of the people that are hurt the most, it's not just the players, guys. It's the actual developers, the game designers, the people putting the work into it. These people are getting hurt, and they're the people that have the passion for it, that care about the gaming industry. It's literally what they're doing for a living. They are creating these things that we then get to enjoy. But they're getting destroyed by all these numbers. And then if we don't play their games, they don't really get paid. They don't make what they should have made, right? Entire studios get shut down. Thousands upon thousands of people lose their jobs. And why? Because the parent company made bad decisions and pissed everyone off. So when this all happens with Sony, when 2028 arrives, January 2028, and this move actually happens, there's going to be more shut down studios, guys. There's going to be more shut down factories. There's going to be more losses of jobs that people have. And those people will be replaced by machines. They'll be replaced by AI software to do whatever this company thinks they need to do. And it's a harsh reality. It's a very harsh reality, because AI is that's not what it's truly meant for. It's supposed to be a tool to help do work, to assist the human doing the work, not wipe out the humans from being involved. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's just insane. I can't believe it. What's up, Orange Crush? Good to see you. I hate that things are going this way, but I have absolutely no faith in the 7-day blackout. I agree. I'm glad it's happening. It's a voice that needs to be heard. But and I'm just trying to be realistic with this. And you guys know me. I'm always very optimistic and hopeful about things and everything. And yes, I hope that it helps. But realistically, I don't think it's going to do anything. That's my opinion. I don't think it's going to do anything. It's going to be interesting. Your PS4 is fairly quiet? I don't know, man. Every time, like, it'll run normal with, like, a bunch of games and stuff. But, like, if I'm going to run God of War 2018, right? or 2017, or whatever year that came out, the God of War 4. If I run that on the PS4 Pro, it's taking advantage of Pro features and everything and upping the resolution and frame rates and all this stuff. That fan fires up like it's insane. And I kept that thing clean. I would take it apart, clean it out and everything. And I'm like, man, this is just how it runs. It was pretty wild. My hope is that if Microsoft doesn't pick up the slack for physical games, another company will make them and eat Sony's lunch. That would be fantastic. What's up, Spidey? Good to see you, dude. There is an opportunity there. There's a big opportunity for another company to swoop in. And I've talked about this before. My big hope is that SEGA makes a massive comeback. There is, and I talked about this in a prior video, there is a massive opportunity just sitting there on the table. And if there was anyone in this company, in this world of gaming, that should swipe it up and get to work, and if they have not already, in my opinion, it should be SEGA, and bring back the original console war between SEGA and Nintendo. Because right now, Nintendo, even though that, look, Nintendo makes questionable decisions all the time. But right now, as it stands, look, that's what we need. We need SEGA back. As it stands, Nintendo's making games on cartridges. They're keeping physical. Yes, they do a bunch of digital, but there's also a bunch of physical. And if they keep it going, there's such a huge opportunity there. They really should do it. Didn't plan it, but I'm actually covering this topic later tonight during my own member stream. Let's go. Yes, dude. That's awesome. Great minds think alike. Love it. AI is a tool to be used by people, not replaced people. Exactly. AI is a tool. That's what it's supposed to be. But if you put too much into it, it's going to overpower stuff. And then eventually, that's the thing. Look, you got to understand, it's an artificial intelligence. And what does intelligence do, everybody? Intelligence learns. Intelligence grows. So if you create something that is meant to learn, of course it's going to learn. Just by default, that is its default initial programming purpose. To learn. This is what it's doing. And sure, there's a bunch of crappy AIs out there, but look, there's plenty out there that I'm sure none of us have ever even seen existing that is out there. I guarantee it. And this may sound like conspiracy theories and all kinds of stuff, but look, if what is out there in public hands and the things it's capable of, you can only imagine what's not in the public's hands. Okay, that's just how it is with technology in general, well before AI. You know, as we get, you think about it, gaming systems, right? As we get consoles, by the time that console makes it to the market and consumers are able to get it, the companies that made it, they're already working on the next thing. It's always steps ahead of from where we have it to what they have already. So it's pretty wild. The AI bubble needs to burst already. It's so damn stupid. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And the AI stuff we're going to talk about a little bit when we get to the topic of YouTube. When we cover that, because that is a part of what's going on with the other topic. Needs to be like a paintbrush. I saw a fan film using animated art, but the guy wrote the whole story and dialogue, but he couldn't draw. Right? See, that's a good use of AI. It's a tool. The story is there. It's written by a person. It's all laid out. It's like a director directing a film, like a producer producing what's needed for the film, like a screenwriter, like the cameraman, like all these parts that are in place to create something, like a movie, a show, a game. The AI used in the right way, it can be a handy tool. And it depends on how much manual work is put into it to really like show that this is a true work of a person not just an AI system spitting out something, right? That's the big thing with it. It should be a tool. If the PS6 is all digital, I'm not buying. If Spider-Man 3 is a PS6 exclusive, I will not play. And I'm with you on that. And that's where I'm at right now with PlayStation, and I'm a long time PlayStation fan since the beginning, guys. It's ridiculous. Sega's come back to save physical. It would be amazing. The new tagline would be Sega does what Sony don't. Yeah, exactly. Physical for Nintendo is often a key card on a cartridge. In some cases, they still have tons of games that are actually on the cartridge, which is great. It's totally heading towards Skynet. It's 100% heading towards Skynet. There's a few... Yo, Daryl, what's up, dude? There's a few channels doing good Star Wars AI. Heir to the Empire is a favorite one so far. Yeah, the Star Wars AI stuff has been phenomenal. And this is stuff... Like, I've been reading the descriptions of these things and seeing some of these creators have also been putting a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff out as well of how they're doing these things. There's a bunch of AI slop ones also, but the really good ones, these are created by someone. They are guiding the AI to create what they want it to do. Everything from how they want a character to look to even just every bit of motion that this character does, how the camera pans, everything. They are directing it. They are producing what is coming out. And that's a great way of doing these like AI short films, these fan films. They're really, really well done. And there's, you can always tell it's AI, right? I always say this to my son. It's like, there's a thing in AI, I call it AI mush, because there's always something mushy in the image. I spot it and I'm like, that's AI. It's a weird, I don't even know how to, I wouldn't even call it blurry. It's mushy. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a very strange look, but I spot it. And I'm like, that's the giveaway. That's what shows me that it's AI. And it's really, really strange when I see it, because it throws me all off. I think this is going to lead to a significant boost to the retro gaming and emulation scenes. Oh, 100%. Big into the retro, huge into emulation, which is also going to lead into massive amounts of piracy. It's coming. Everyone's going to be setting sail on the high seas. It is coming. But guys, I've been with Sony and PlayStation since the beginning, guys. This is my baby. This baby right here. Right here, guys. Right. You got the power button. You got the... Oh, you pop open that disk drive. You know what was in here? You know what was in here, guys? That changed my life? You guys tell me. What game went right there, and changed my life forever? Huh? What was it? You guys know. You guys know. And it was all thanks to this machine right here by Sony. The PlayStation. Alan knows Resident Evil was right here.
Stars.
Right here. So was Nemesis. The first time I experienced my favorite gaming franchise of all time was inside this machine. And I will forever be grateful to Sony and their PlayStation, because this thing brought me so much joy, so much happiness, and just, oh my God, the countless hours that were on this machine. Now, I have to let you know, guys, and the reason I'm sitting here holding it and it's not hooked up, and I have to get around to fixing it. My disk drive is the sensor and everything, the laser and everything. It's one of those situations, and I'm not entirely sure how to completely fix it because I've tried cleaning this a bunch. Setting it down upright like this, the discs skip, but if I put it on its side, they play better. I don't know what's going on with the optical drive, but that's the problem I'm having with this PlayStation. And that's why I don't have this one hooked up. But in its place, I have since got a PS1, the little white one, the little mini PlayStation 1. That's hooked up to the CRT and all ready to go and playing my PS1 games. But this machine right here, I have a bunch of memory cards. I got the original controllers, and I take care of these things, man. This thing is in nice condition. I don't have, let's see, I shouldn't have any like real, I had a little dust because it was sitting off to the side, but there's like no scratches on here, man. My label's good on the bottom. I got all the feet. I take care of my systems, and that's why I still have them and why they're still hooked up and playing. This one, unfortunately, has a little bit of a sickness, but I will get it fixed eventually. But I wanted to just show you guys with a tangible, physical thing how long I have been a PlayStation fan. And I've had all of the PlayStations, guys, and not just consoles. I've had the handhelds as well. All the way back to the PlayStation 1, or just at the time, the PlayStation. And then I had the original Fat Boy PS2. Now, unfortunately, my original Fat PS2 did break over the years. I forget exactly what went wrong with it, but I did replace it with a PS2 Slim, which I still use to this day. The one with the pop-up top, that is what I have hooked up, my PS2 in that way. I had the PSP. I loved the PSP. I gave it to a friend of mine when I got the Vita, and I still have the Vita and use it to this day. Then from there, I've had the PS3. I had, this one I regret, guys. I regret this so much. This is ready. This is going to hurt everyone's hearts. I had the original PS3, the one that came with the 40 gig drive that was PS2 backwards compatible. Get ready, guys. Get ready. Because I didn't know. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know. Hard drives were expensive at the time. And the next model came out with the bigger hard drive. It was this 60 or the 80. I think it was the 80 gig came out. And I was like, money-wise, cost-wise, it made more sense for me to just get the other PS3 rather than get a new hard drive for the other PlayStation 3. So what I did, I gave the old PS3 to a coworker, someone I used to work with years ago. And the reason I did this was, one, I didn't want it to just sit collecting dust. And two, he was a huge Madden fan. And he didn't have a PS3, and the new Madden was coming out. It was going to be the first Madden on the PS3, the next generation of the Madden games. So I gave him the PS3. And he bought Madden and got it, and I was like, and I was thrilled. I was so happy. I was like, it's getting use. And then he gets to play his new favorite game and everything. I was so happy about it. And I got the new PS3. And I didn't know for the longest time because I didn't try it right away. Until one day I went to go play one of my PS2 discs. And it wouldn't read it. And then, when I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on, that's when I found the information that it was no longer PS2 backwards compatible. The hardware. And I was like, oh my, and there was, I would never do this. I was never gonna even, I never even mentioned it to who I gave it to. I was never gonna say a thing because I didn't want them to feel bad about it or try to give it back or anything like that. I did not want that to happen. I was very happy that the unit was being used, and then he got to play his favorite game franchise. So I overall, I'm still very happy with how that overall went down. But it just, oh man, I was like, oh my God. And then I was just like, man, thank goodness I kept my PS2 because I love my PS2 games. But that was huge. But I had no idea until way later that the later release of the PS3 did not play the PS2 games. It was crazy. Let me scroll back up. I'm seeing chats popping up all over. Let me back up here. I'm behind on chats. Let's go. I got one of those PS1s in the Final Fantasy VII disc. Let's go. You still have your little PS1? That's fantastic. I love that little PS1. It works great. Let me guess. Resident Evil. Hell yeah. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What a phenomenal game on the PlayStation. Such a great game. You should be grateful for Nintendo's backstab. Yeah. I have to put a book I have to put a book on top of my PS1 to keep the disc lid down. Oh my goodness. All right, well, hopefully not too heavy. Light. You don't want to press down too much on that disc drive cover because the disc will scratch up in there and it will be destroyed. Oh, that would be brutal. Down with the sickness. Oh man, you guys are awesome. I'm a Zennial. New metal's my thing. You still have your backwards compatible PS3? Never get rid of it. Never get rid of it. What's up, dude? Never get rid of that thing. Those things go for quite a bit out there. I haven't looked in a long time, but last I looked, getting one of those on like eBay or whatever, wherever you find them, they are up there in price. And then hopefully you're actually buying what it says it is, because I think people have been scamming people with those. PSP is where I first fell in love with Monster Hunter. There was a great Monster Hunter game on the PSP. The PSP was such a cool handheld system. Very underrated. Those UMD discs in that like white case and everything. It was just, those things were so cool. There was also movies and TV shows. I had a Best of Family Guy UMD. I had Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I had a couple other movies. But then, here's a game that was amazing. Was Mega Man. It was a remake of the first Mega Man. Was it Mega Man Recharged? I think it was called. It might have been Recharged. In a like 2D, 3D look. It was phenomenal. And as far as I know, that version of Mega Man has never been on anything else ever. It was trapped on the PSP. That gloss piano black and the Spider-Man font was chef's kiss. Let's go. My PS3 is backwards compatible. PS2 and PS1. Yeah, you've got the original. So that was the one that started as a 40 gig drive, and whatever firmware and software and everything was in it. That you never want to change that because I think that impacts the backwards compatibility. That's not bad. At least you gave it a good home to someone who would appreciate it. Yeah, that's why it like, oh man, it blew my mind that that's what happened, but it didn't break my heart because it did go to a good home, and I know that they appreciated it. Like, I know for a fact they absolutely loved it. So, but yes, it did sting. It definitely did sting. You didn't know Sony didn't communicate properly. Sony, man, back in the day, man, they used to communicate well, but over the years, it has just been deteriorating, and especially now, it's just awful. Sony's first betrayal. That was a huge betrayal. The next thing they did after that was, I don't know if you guys remember, the original PS3, you were able to change the operating system on it. So you could put Linux on there, you could put Windows on there, and people would do that, and then, like, you know, change how the system ran. Eventually, I forget which firmware version came out, but it put an end to all of that. It just wiped it out. That ability was gone. But it was there for the longest time. There were some people who just never updated their system again so they could keep it that way. I don't know what the purpose would be at that point. especially if you're putting another operating system on there in some way. I would imagine you would need to go online at some point for something, but I don't know. I could be completely wrong about that. PSP is where I first fell in love with the God of War series. Oh my God, the PSP God of War games are phenomenal. Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta are incredible. They did later get a bit of the remaster treatment and were put on the PS3 in the God of War collection. Another great way of playing those games. But I have them on the PSP. And holy moly, those games, like, they might as well have been on the PS3. Or I should say on the PS2 at that point. They were that grand in scale. Like, it was unbelievable seeing the scale of those games on a handheld system. Wild. Absolutely wild. Was it Maverick Hunter X? I don't know that one. Maverick Hunter X. Or Monster Hunter. I'm sorry, Monster Hunter X. Was it X? I don't remember which one it was on the PSP. Then the PlayStation Network getting hacked. Yeah, that definitely came along. Oh, people were using it for Bitcoin mining? I'm not surprised. Yeah, I guess that's what it ended up being for. I don't know how any of that works. I never got into any Bitcoin or anything like that. I've never been interested in any of that, and I don't understand it, so I couldn't really get into it even if I wanted to, because I don't understand it. But it's all these years, and having had all of the systems from PS1 all the way to the PS5, I had multiple PS3s, I had the regular PS4, the PS4 Pro, and now I have the PlayStation 5, specifically the one with the disc drive. And it's a phenomenal 4K Blu-ray player on top of that. So that's what I use it a lot for all the time, is playing my physical media. And it's... The PS5, in my opinion, is a really great system. And I do love it, and I'm not going to stop playing it. I do enjoy the system. I have a ton of games for it. Plus, it plays all of my PS4 games as well. And then I have the other actual systems to play the prior PlayStation games. But after the PS5, I'm not sure yet where I go with this. And I think the way things are going right now and the way it's looking, what seems to be on the horizon here, is that the PlayStation 5 is more than likely my last PlayStation console. And I'm sad about that. I'm very sad about that, because I was a PlayStation guy. I made my choice way back when, and the PlayStation just felt right to me. Like, I didn't feel comfortable playing Xbox. And I think part of that, in all honesty, was the original Xbox controller. It was very big, it was very clunky, and I know it's changed over the years, but I still to this day, I don't like the original Xbox controller. But the PlayStation one felt great. I should have brought one of them over. I have the original PlayStation controller, the one that was not analog, no analog sticks. It's so funny to look at them now. I look at it and it kind of looks like a dog bone, like you see a dog bone drawn in a cartoon. It's kind of funny, but and then the analog versions came out and everything. The PlayStation it felt right to me, and I went with that choice. Plus, the big driving force of that was when my cousin showed me Resident Evil, which Eric, if you're still here, I wonder, I haven't talked to him in so long. I wonder if Paulie remembers this. Do you realize that Paulie is the reason that I got into Resident Evil? I don't know if he remembers this at all. He brought his PlayStation over to my parents' house one day and showed me the game. I will never forget it. I will never forget that day. I remember, literally, I can feel myself sitting down on the floor on that carpet in that room and him showing me that game. It blew my mind. So he talks about it all the time. Hell yeah. Oh man, that's great. I freaking love it. I just, oh my God. That day and what Paulie did for me quite literally changed the course of my life forever. And I am forever grateful for that. But that's what locked it in. It was that experience. Not only was it the game, it was the experience I had with my family, with my cousin, and and I'm so glad that he remembers that. It's something that we have that forever. That is a forever core memory, right? If this was that movie, what was that movie? Inside Out? Inside Out, is that what it's called? The Pixar one, right? And they're making the core memories for the kid. That's one of them. I'm a core memory bubble right there. Paulie hooking up the PlayStation and we're playing that. He also had, I forget what the other game he had. It might have been Alone in the Dark or something like that. But we Resident Evil was the one that locked me in. You just got the notification for this. Let's go. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, man. We're talking memories of the original PlayStation at the moment. And I don't think I need to ask this question, but I'm gonna anyway, for the sake of anyone who may not know you like a bunch of us know you. But Nick, what was the you have when you have this, let's say you're holding this and you go and you pop that disk drive open. What's going in there for you? For Nick? What's going in that disk drive? I mean, I know the answer, but for just in case anyone may not know the answer, I'll let you answer that. But let's say Nick, which by the way, guys, if you're not sub to EBN, Echo Base Network, get over there. Definitely get over there and check it out. They got some crazy stuff going on. But man, this is... this console, I will always love it. Do you remember? I love Nightmare Creatures. Nightmare Creatures, especially Nightmare Creatures 2. Oh, man. Nightmare Creatures 2 had Rob Zombie doing the soundtrack for it. It was fantastic. There we go. Final Fantasy 7 or Metal Gear Solid. Let's go. Let's freaking go. I have Nightmare Creatures 2 on the Dreamcast. Oh, man. That Nightmare Creatures, so much fun. That's a great set of games, guys, by the way. Very arcade style horror, like bit fast paced and everything, hack and slash sort of deal. There is some puzzle aspects to it. Very cool, creepy design. Very cool games. You guys should check that out. Oh my God, the Tiger Woods games. Yes. Those were so big, especially on the PS1, and they were good. They were really good. People who never cared about golf would play those Tiger Woods games. And I don't blame them because those games were pretty awesome. All right, Spidey, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for coming by. And guys, if you have not subbed to Spidey Librarian, go check him out. He's doing some awesome stuff over there. And he's just a great friend. So definitely check out his channel, guys. Yeah, as these PlayStation consoles evolved over time, I kept up with them. And when the PS2 came out, that was gigantic. Not only was it the next generation of gaming, it was a DVD player on top of that. And the PS2 was one of the best-selling systems because it was a great DVD player, and people who were not gamers were buying PlayStation 2s to be their DVD player because it was actually more cost effective, because at that time there were DVD players out there for $1,000. Like, this was what people, and so it was just amazing. I remember at the time I was working for a custom home theater company, and we literally installed PS2 consoles for people as their DVD players, and these people did not use them for gaming. They got the PS2 and they got the RF remote to go with it so that they control it like a DVD player. It is just fantastic. You found your PS2 DVD remote the other day? That's awesome. Does it still work? Those things are great. My favorite was Tiger Woods 2003. Loved it when he got pissed and kicked the camera. That's fantastic. Fun fact, that disc has the original pilot for South Park on it. Yes, yes, people found that. I think it was at a point one of the production runs stopped having that file in it somewhere. I think it got removed. But yes, the original releases of that disc had the pilot for South Park on it. I forget the reason why. It was like the developer, somebody was testing something, and they used that movie file for it, and then it just shipped that way. It's fantastic. Oh, Medieval! Oh my god, those games. Medieval got a remake. I have it on the... I guess it's on the PS5 now, but I think it was a PS4 remake. It's, yeah, Medieval, those were fun. Those were a lot of fun. There were so many great titles on the PlayStation. Spyro the Dragon, those were great games. Crash Bandicoot. Let's take a moment here, guys, and talk about Crash Bandicoot. Because in the time of console wars, right, you know, initially it was between Sega and Nintendo, and then eventually Sony came in with the PlayStation, right? But a big part of a console war, or really any battles between competing companies, are mascots. And of course, Nintendo had Mario and Donkey Kong, and Sega had Sonic the Hedgehog. But PlayStation had Crash Bandicoot. And Crash Bandicoot was such a weird character that even when he was there in the commercials, which was always a guy in a suit, it wasn't like animated, it was a dude in a Crash Bandicoot suit like you would get at a birthday party. And he'd go like knocking on the door at Nintendo or Sega and just yelling on a bullhorn, or just... It was the craziest marketing. And it was perfect. Because he would just pop up. And it, like, so many people, I think, were just so confused by this mascot. And I don't think Crash Bandicoot gets nearly enough love. Like, he does not get the recognition that he deserves. In my opinion, Crash Bandicoot is up there with Sonic and Mario. I will die on that hill. Crash Bandicoot was so underrated. I remember those PlayStation commercials and loved every time they came on. Like, it was so great. Driver 2 was awesome. You could, there were areas in Driver 2 where you could glitch through the walls in, like, the parking lots and stuff, and then you'd be out and, like, you know, off the map. It was pretty cool. The reason I originally got a PlayStation was for Siphon Filter. Freaking, where is our Siphon Filter remake? Sony, what are you doing? Remember, it was 989 Studios. Remember, what did 989 Studios become? There's another company, but... Oh my god, Siphon Filter. So good. That first game. Siphon Filter 2 and 3 are great too, but Siphon Filter 1 on the PS1. Just gold. Absolute gold. That game is amazing. Love Crash, and those Crash commercials and Crash trolling Nintendo were great. They were so well done. That's why I'm just like, man, he just does not get the love that he deserves. I remember Crash showed up talking smack through a megaphone like it's WWF. That's the thing. Like, and you know what it was about them? And heck, maybe they were. I don't know. It felt so real. Like it was actual security coming out to make this guy go away, and someone was off to the side filming it like it was a YouTube video. Guys, that's what made those commercials so amazing. It felt real. And the fact that it was a dude in a suit, it was just so good. It's so good. He's the definite unofficial official mascot. He was so wild. It was just so great. I miss fun video game commercials that we had in the 90s and 2000s. I'm with you. I miss just fun marketing. And that's, you know, I made a video recently talking about how competition brings greatness. And that was the whole point. The competition between these companies made it fun for the customers, for the players, right? Think about, like, back in the day, the commercials that, they would throw in a couple of jabs to each other between, Coke and Pepsi, McDonald's and Burger King, right? PlayStation and Nintendo, Sega and Nintendo. It just, and then eventually Xbox as well. This competition brought greatness, and it made the products better, and it made people have fun being involved with it. And that's why it became so much fun to be like, oh, I'm a PlayStation guy, oh, I'm an Xbox guy, I'm a Nintendo guy, I'm a Sega guy. Like, it just, there was almost a pride that came with it, right? Like, you were proud to be the fan of whatever it was, and the marketing was such a huge part of that. And I think PlayStation came into it at a great time, and Crash Bandicoot was an amazing piece of that puzzle. It was insane. Then it became too corporate, losing the gamer feel. Exactly. It was nuts. Sony Pony for sure. Now it's like you're a console guy or a PC guy. Yep. And you know what? A lot of people are going to be switching over to PC. That's inevitable. It's a lot of people already have, but the what's going to happen in 2028, that's going to drive so many players away from console altogether and just go to PC. That's definitely going to happen. That's not exaggerated. It's 100% going to happen. The other side of that is that, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, is that a lot of people are going to go backwards. And it's going to be a big boom in the retro market, which is great for retro gaming. But what's it going to do for the prices of things? Are prices going to skyrocket again? Because there's always, in the gaming market, it's always ups and downs, right? What's about to happen with retro games? Are they going to become wildly expensive where it's just not affordable at all? Well, you know what that does? That drives more people to PC. Is this going to kill console gaming altogether? I hope not. My whole channel is about keeping retro gaming alive. It's just such a bad decision that Sony and other companies are making. They really have to get away from it. Oh, the demo disc that came with the magazines and stuff. You get that demo disc in the mail along with your AOL disc. I've always been a PC gamer as well. The thing is, you can't buy physical on PC either. Yeah, I mean, I still have some physical PC games, but you literally, the PC game on a disc, like it ripped it to the computer, and then it was, it just used the disc for license or whatever, and then eventually that went away completely too. Still have a ton of those demo discs that came with the gaming magazines. There's so many of them. They were great. That's another thing that should come back. Think about how many games people bought because they got to play that demo. And yes, I know you could play demos, through the virtual systems and everything, right? Through their online services and stuff. But I don't know. It's not the same experience. The whole idea is still there to play the demo, and then you want to buy the game. And I know when it's digital, it's convenient. I get it. There's pros and cons to both sides, and I definitely get it. I guess it's a good thing that our parents didn't throw away our old stuff. Yeah, oh my God, it's my father kept so much stuff. We've lost some stuff over the years, but for the most part, he kept everything, and I have the same sense with a lot of this stuff. It's crazy. It's always been PC Master Race since 1987. Yeah, it's just, oh man. It's just crazy what this is all becoming. The world of gaming has changed so dramatically, and not for the better. Look, I don't care how good graphics get. I'm not a graphics guy. Like, I appreciate amazing graphics, don't get me wrong, but that's not why I play the games. That it's about the experience, and that's what we're losing. And PlayStation has broken my heart with this because, like we talked about, I've been a PlayStation guy since the beginning. And I think think it's the end of an era. I think this is the end of the road for me when it comes to PlayStation. I think the PS5 is my last PlayStation console. Possibly, I mean, depending on what direction everything goes, what if the PS5 is my last console? That might be the case for a lot of people. You know, I'm not planning on getting an Xbox Series, whatever they're on. I don't have a need for it. I'll play those games on PC. I have a nice PC. I'll play them on there. But, man, thinking about it, it is a very real possibility that that PlayStation 5 sitting on the shelf over there is my last video game console. Jeez. Ugh. I don't like that thought at all. That's insane. I've never owned an Xbox. I have the original Xbox. I have that. My son now has the Xbox 360 and an Xbox One. He's been building his Xbox game library because a lot of his friends were Xbox kids. They play most of the games on the Xbox or PC, so he wanted to have a way of playing them. So we ended up getting those. But we're never getting an Xbox Series S or X or anything like that. But now we have the PS6 in development, and this is you beat me to the punch, Nick. Right here, and I've said it before. I posted it was in a post I put. The only way I buy a PS6 is if they make it backwards compatible to play any PlayStation game. And with this said, not play them virtually. That's not what I mean. I don't want an online service to then play PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. No. I want to take the disc that I already have and put it into that thing and it will play. That is the only way I would even consider getting a PS6. And for the sake of realistic, keeping things, realistic, that's not happening. It's not happening. I would love it. I would be over the moon if that happened, but it's not happening. It will be digital only. There won't be a disc drive on there. Nothing. And I don't even remember the digital version of PS5 came out. When that came out, almost immediately, what also came out? The disc drive add-on. But PS6, I don't think there'll be a disc drive add-on. And the reason will be because Sony does not want you to have a disc drive on their digital-only console. Because remember, Sony owns Blu-ray. They made Blu-ray. It's theirs. And they want to end that also. So why would they keep putting out hardware to play a format that they want to kill? They're not gonna. They're going to force everyone into that digital world. But it's up to us as the players, as the consumers, the customers, as the human beings that are meant to, use these things. It's up to us to speak with our wallets. And the unfortunate truth is that not enough people will handle it that way. And that's what these companies bank on. The fact that the people that do care about what we're talking about here, we are the minority. And it's going to be just the average Joe, everyday person who's not big into seeing all this news. You got to understand, millions of people are completely in the dark of all of this. They are completely unaware of anything about digital future and no more discs and all that, because they're not paying attention to any of that, because they just don't care. They're just going to get whatever is out. And that's what Sony's banking on. And it's unfortunate. Prices are just getting out of hand too. I fully expect the PS6 to cost $1,200 or more Canadian when it comes out. I think it might be $1,200 here in the US. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be insane. Would it have a USB port? Probably not. Because somebody would figure out how to utilize something with it. I don't know what it would be on it. They're gonna, you know what? No USB, no USB-C, nothing. They're gonna force you to get their controller charging dock, and they'll make it first party only. Like, it'll be insane. It's crazy because Sony owns Blu-ray, so you would think that they would put a 4K Blu-ray player in it. Yeah, they want to wipe out the Blu-rays too. That's the other side of this that people are not really talking much about. It's not just games. It's movies. It's TV shows. That's all physical media. That's what they're pushing towards. And it's insane. So get your physical copies of movies and shows while you can, because they're going to get really expensive really soon. In the next 2 years, year and a half, year and a quarter at this point. No way. That's why I got the disc version of the PS5. Yeah, that's the way to go. And again, look, I love the PS5. I love it. I hate the direction Sony's going on with everything, but that's not changing my PS5 that already exists. I can still play all my games that I have. It's just going to be at a point going forward, there won't be new ones. So I still have plenty of time with new games coming out on disc, but then it's going to end. So it's going to change the way my experience is with the PS5 going forward from that point. But I can also still play all of my DVDs, my Blu-rays, and 4K Blu-rays. And that'll be there. That's how it's going to be. PS5 Slim Digital is currently $920 in Australia. PS5 Pro is $1,400. That's criminal. Oh my God, that's criminal. That's insane. Digital touchscreen controller sounds like a nightmare. Oh my God. Yeah, it just... It's nuts, guys. It's absolutely nuts. Yeah. They hate the secondhand market. These companies have hated secondhand market even back to the Blockbuster days, guys. This is why a bunch of games were hard on purpose. It's that secondhand market. They don't want you to be involved with any profit that they're not involved with. But think of it like, jeez. Okay, if I was to, let's put my greedy hat on and try to think like them. I guess I get it, right? You want to make money all the time, right? But let's throw the hat. Get the hat out of here. Get that out of here. You know what's gone is lending a game to your friend, letting him borrow a game for the weekend and check it out, and then maybe, oh man, they loved it, they want to buy it too. That was kind of the whole idea behind renting. Really, realistically, rent the game, see if you like it, and if you like it, you buy it. It was that simple. But there was a lot of lost money as far as these companies were concerned with the rental process. And that's what these companies hate. And that's why they want to push to all digital, because then they get full control and all the money goes to them. And then on top of that, all the extra money, because they're going to keep charging us over and over for the thing we already bought. And then on top of that, the wonderful cherry on top is that they can just then take it away at any moment. And they've already done this many, many times over the years, guys. This is not new. This is not new. These companies taking away a digital purchase where you paid full price for it and you were supposed to own it. These things have been taken away. And there's nothing we could do about it. Because it's somewhere embedded in the terms of service that they can do this. And that's insane. But you can't use any of this stuff unless you agree to the terms of service. It's all in there. They're making sure that they are covered. They are covered and getting away with all of this. Because whatever manipulation of a legal system, however they want to go about this, no matter what, they win and we lose. And that's what we're heading towards, our biggest loss yet. And it's going to hit hard. It's going to hit really hard. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I'm ready to throw up because of it. It's awful. It's awful what we're heading towards. There's no competition for them anymore other than PC, because there's not really in competition with Nintendo. Microsoft was really their only real competition, and Microsoft and Xbox is pretty much dead. Yeah, that's the thing. The loss of competition is killing all these companies. Can you shove that hat far up your rectum? Yeah, we gotta get rid of that hat. Which is how I treated Game Pass. Yeah, it's stuff with Game Pass. I mean, even all that. Oh, man, it's insane. First thing they need to do is stop licensing music. That's one of the biggest issues with games getting pulled after it runs out. Yeah, the stuff that goes to a third party whatever, and now they lost the rights to it, and all of a sudden it gets pulled away. That's what happened with Sony's movie platform, their digital movies. They took over 500 movies away from people that from their purchased library because of whatever studio they lost rights to. And that's like, that kills me, because okay, I understand they're not have any dealings with that particular studio anymore. So at that point, that should be the cutoff point. Don't sell it any further. But if it's already sold and out the door, don't take it back. That's theft. We've said this many times here on the channel. That is theft. I don't care how you frame it. If you take something I own away from me without my permission, that's stealing. And that is a crime. It's a crime. I'm sorry. Sony, if you ever somehow see this, you are committing a crime. Every time you do that. And for every other company dealing with digital stuff that have removed digital movies from people's purchased library, purchased, paid for, you are stealing. You're stealing. And we have a new subscriber. Let's go. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, especially while I'm on like a rant. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, it's wild, guys. It's insane. I have a D&D philosophy when it comes to the new consoles and games. No discs, no dollars. That's the thing. If there's nothing physical to buy, I don't want to buy it. Because I'm not buying anything. I'm just temporarily renting whatever it is. But at a very huge price. It's just wild. That's why I get my media from other sources. Hey, flags are a-flying. Setting sail. There it is. ER. Studio Canal. That's what it was. Yeah, that Sony lost the dealings with. So that's where it goes. At least Kojima patched out the monster labels after the deal ended with Death Stranding. There you go. Games get patched all the time. If you lose the rights to something like a logo or a song, change it. Change it. Why not? I'll give you guys an example. I don't remember all the details, and I think this was part of the reasoning why it happened. And here, I'll out myself with this. I don't care. I'm fine with it. One of my favorite shows when I was growing up was Dawson's Creek. I loved it. I loved it. I watched it every week when it was on, and when I couldn't be home when it was on, I recorded it on VHS, and I would watch it when I got home. I thought it was a great show. It just landed for me. I loved the character of Dawson, being such a movie buff and everything. It was like me growing up. I remember a friend of mine said, hey, there's this show out with this guy in it, and he reminds me of you. He's loved all the movies and all the Spielberg stuff and everything. I was like, oh, cool, I'll check it out. And I watched it, and I kept watching it and watched it all the way through. But something interesting happened when that show went to DVD. The soundtrack changed. Not the show's intro song, that stayed the same, but there were other songs throughout each episode, popular songs at the time. And when it came to the DVD release of the show, the soundtrack changed. And if I remember correctly, it had something to do with the music rights. And I guess when it changed mediums, so it went from television to another format to DVD, they couldn't transition over. And I think some of it was also they changed some songs for a different feel for the scene or whatever it was. But it had something to do with the rights, if I remember correctly. And I thought it was weird because when I got the DVD set, I knew the show very well. And all of a sudden there was a different music playing, and I caught it. And I was like, what just happened? I was like, that's weird. I don't remember that being the case. And I was able to actually verify it because I still had the episodes recorded on VHS tapes. And I went back and checked. I was like, yeah, it's a different song. So when things change like that, there are ways to update it. It's totally doable. But instead, these companies, what? Is that the shorter, easier route? Just take it all back and wipe it out? I don't know, man. That's insane. WKRP in Cincinnati, they replaced the entire soundtrack when they put it on DVD. Yeah. I mean, this is not an impossible task. These companies can do it if they're willing to put the effort into it. This is why so many of us have a plethora of Mandela effects, all the changes when things went to DVD and Blu-ray. Yeah, it's just like, wait, I remember there being this other song in there. It's just... oh, man. But, hey, there you go. Hey, look, hey, it's right there. Right there. There's the seasons right there of Dawson's Creek. And I just recently, not that long ago, it came out on Blu-ray, and I got the Blu-ray set. But they are right there. I'm not kidding. I was a fan, and still am a fan. And I was devastated, everybody, when James Van Der Beek passed. I was absolutely devastated. That was incredibly sad. So many people dying so young. I know this is a totally side tangent thing, but we also had another just the other day. Hayden Panettiere. I don't know how to say her last name. 36 years old. 36 years old. I don't know all the details of what happened. I heard rumors of an overdose. I heard cardiac arrest. I heard multiple things. Gone way too young. And this is the reason I bring this up. Because I was just saying to my wife the other night, I was like, I feel like I am partially to blame for both of them. Because here's what happened, and this is why it freaked me out. 2 weeks before James Van Der Beek passed, I knew he was sick and dealing with cancer and everything. I knew that was going on, but I didn't know how bad things were getting, right? 2 weeks before that happened, for any word of anything, I decided I want to rewatch Dawson's Creek. And I started my rewatch. And 2 weeks later, James Van Der Beek passed away. Fast forward, I wanted to show my son Heroes. You see where this is going? I showed my son, we got started, and we started watching the first season of Heroes. 2 weeks later, Hayden passed. And that kind of freaked me out. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm really worried about rewatching anything now. Look, I don't mean to make light of any of the situation, but it's kind of freaky. I'm a jinx. I'm like, what happened? I loved Heroes. Heroes was so good. I know people didn't like like season 3. Oh, you know what I have, and I haven't watched it yet? I have the set. I never saw Heroes Reborn. I never watched that final season when the show came back. I never saw that. But I did see 1, 2, and 3. And loved it. Rewatched the few. Oh my god. I guess I could. Yeah, we're safe there. I could rewatch Golden Girls. I freaking love Golden Girls. Who doesn't? Come on now. It's just. It really freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie. I was telling my wife this just the other night. I was like, "You realize what happened?" I'm like, what are the chances of that? Freaked me out. It freaked me out. But anyways, we are here to talk about the situation with PlayStation, among other things. I do need to play more Kingdom Hearts. That's a good idea. I love the first one. I never played the sequels though. I have them in that bundle, but I never played them. She was a tragic victim of Hollywood system. That's what I've been hearing. Some bad things were going down. I heard there's a bit of a conspiracy theory going on about all this as well. I know she went through a lot of things. I know there was a lot of underlying things that potentially led to everything here, but very, very sad. And she was a wonderful actress. She did a great job in everything I've ever seen her in. You know what? The first time I ever saw her was Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington. Remember that movie, guys? The movie about the football team. She was fantastic. She played the assistant coach's he was the former coach, but then he became assistant coach. I forget the deal with it, but he played his daughter. She played his daughter. She was wonderful in that movie. That was the first time I ever saw her. And then and then obviously she's in Heroes, and then there was Nashville, and all kinds of stuff. It's very sad, very, very sad that happened. But if Sony continues with destroying physical media, and you don't have her movies or shows yet, any copies of it, get them now, because you're not going to be able to later. They're going to be gone unless you get them, pirated. You know it's going to come back? Oh man, remember back in the day, you'd walk the streets of Manhattan or something, and there'd just be just a guy off on the sidewalk with the bootlegs. Bootlegs are coming back, guys. Bootlegs are coming back hard after this. This is when all this happens. Bootlegs, they're coming. And we all remember the quality of bootlegs back in the day. They were what they were. We accepted it. But the quality of bootlegs today, pretty darn phenomenal. So it's going to be a boom. Bring back Laserdisc. Let's go. Man, those things are gigantic. The old cam copies, exactly. Hey, I've watched my share. I remember one I loved watching because it was done so well. Was when Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, came out, and I was just so damn excited to be able to watch this movie again. I found me a cam copy, and it was really good, and it was in the DivX format. Oh my god, I just found that I got Zelda Link to the Past on a modded NES Mini. Oh my god, playing it tonight. Dude, let's freaking go. You're going to love that game. You're going to love it. And just play better than I did. I've been putting on a horrible show with that game, but we're going to do the finale of Link to the Past tomorrow. Let's jump topics. We talked PlayStation and the sadness of the gaming world for a while now. I want to jump to the other main topic tonight, and that's about what we're on right now, YouTube, the platform. I woke up this morning to some news. And I try to pay attention to the news coming out from YouTube, their creator channel, and in YouTube Studio. I get updates and alerts and everything. But a big update is on its way. I believe it kicks in August 24th, if I remember correctly. And that change involves views and how views are counted. So as it stands, before this change happens, a view counts when someone watches your video or stream or short for a certain amount of time. It takes some time for it to count. I don't remember if it's 30 seconds or maybe a little less than that, but somewhere within the 30-second realm. They have to make it that far for it to then count as a view, which makes sense. It's like, okay, well, somebody's actually watching it, right? August 24th, starting at that point, across all formats, videos, long form, shorts, live streams, and your replays, the moment they start playing, from the very first frame, the first second, it now counts as a view. And I have some thoughts about this. And I have thoughts and I have concerns about this. So we've been dealing with, across YouTube for the past several months, an abundance of AI slop, just AI garbage. Oh, the 8,000 watch hours, that's already in play. The new requirements for joining the YouTube Partner Program. It's still 1,000 subscribers, but now instead of 4,000 watch hours, it's 8,000 watch hours to make it into YouTube Partner Program. But the initial step into the Partner Program is still remaining, where you can have 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. That's still in play for now. But to get the full Partner Program, it's now 1,000 subscribers, which is still 1,000, and 8,000 watch hours instead of 4,000. So that big change happened. But now the next big change is coming related to views. And over the past, all this year, really, last year, this year, lots of AI garbage all over the platform. It's everywhere. Everywhere. And the thing that drove me just the most crazy, whenever I see all this stuff, I'm just like, man, it hurts to see it. Thousands upon thousands, if not millions, of views on all of that garbage. I'm talking about the stuff where somebody just threw it into an AI thing to spit out something stupid. No effort, no work, just rapid fire putting out this garbage, right? And it's everywhere, which is why it gets so many views, because it is like, people, whether they clicked on it on purpose or not, sometimes it's an accidental click or whatever it may be, and boom, they're watching something. And then some of it also gets a little sneaky, where the thumbnail, or even the little preview, if you have it set to preview, if you hover on it, you can't tell just yet. You may question it. Is this AI? Was this real? Title and everything of what it is. It's just whatever it was that sparked your curiosity or your interest, and you clicked on it. And then within a certain amount of time, you do figure out it's AI. And if you're like me, the moment I realized the thing I clicked on that I was like hoping it wasn't, an AI thing, and then realized it was, I stop it. But they already won, because I went far enough and it counted as a view. And then they got it. They got me. They got me on it, right? Now, the moment that garbage starts playing, it counts as a view. So I know YouTube has been trying to fight all this AI stuff, but here's my concern, isn't this going to make the AI slop worse? this is going to make people push this stuff out even more. That's what I think is going to happen. And then it's just going to be another flood, a bigger flood of all of this garbage landing on the platform. How YouTube is planning on dealing with that or fighting against that, I have no idea. But it's going to happen. Of course it's going to happen. Why wouldn't people take advantage of that? They're making quick money on a bunch of this stuff. You're getting millions of views on this stuff. It's gonna add up, because that's the thing. They're getting the views. They're getting subscribers somehow. Another one that just blows my mind. And they're getting watch hours. This AI garbage is making it into the partner program. The thing that so many people, myself included, bust their butts to get into. But some lazy jackass somewhere that just prompted something within seconds gets to shoot past all of us. And I know YouTube lately has been shutting down a lot of channels. It's been going a lot. So there is movement on that. But they're about to open up another floodgate. And I don't think they're prepared for that. I don't know why YouTube made this decision. Because you have to understand that, okay, let's look at it like, okay, let's use my channel as the example. So when this hits on the 24th, you as a viewer, as well as me as a streamer, as a creator on here, we are going to see a difference in how things look on the channel as far as view counts. The view counts are going to go up, and that's what will be publicly viewed, is the view counts will go up. They could double potentially. And on the surface, we may look at that as a good thing and get excited. I mean, think about it, especially if you're making content on the platform and you see a jump in your views, you can't help but get excited. But you have to understand that that's happening across the board. So to keep it scaled, right, you have to understand the grand scale of the whole thing. It's not just your views going up. It's everyone's views going up, including the AI garbage. So realistically, nothing changes technically, right? It's just it just adapts. It's the next level, but it's the same level across the board, right? Now, a big thing to know as a creator on this platform, engaged views, which are the ones that actually count. That's what the creators see in YouTube Studio. You check your analytics. You see views, and then there's engaged views. The engaged views are the ones that truly matter. That's where the view lasted a while. Somebody viewed it. They watched the content for a good period of time. Not just a quick click away. That's it. So there'll be a comparison. You'll see those numbers are going to vary. And the engaged views generally are going to be lower than the views. Because the views, even as it stands right now, before this change, if it goes, less than a certain amount of seconds, or, whatever it is, it still counts as a view, but it's not an engaged view. That's why a lot of creators look at the part where it's like it shows the graph and it tells you how many people were still viewing at and after the 30-second point in the video. So we're going to see that change, but it's also going to cause, like, how do I put this? Excitement, like false excitement, I guess you could call it. People are going to be thrilled to see their views go up. The people that don't know what's going on. And that's actually unfortunate, because once they finally realize what happened, that's going to be really disappointing. There's going to be a big burst of excitement, guys. A big burst of excitement. But it's going to get deflated. And that's going to be the most unfortunate part, because not everybody's paying attention to all the updates that YouTube puts out there. You know, there's millions of creators on this platform, but not everybody's looking at all this stuff. I like to check out all this stuff. I pay attention to it because I'm interested in it. I like to see how this stuff's working because I'm trying to understand it. And I am getting better with it over time, but a lot of it can get very confusing. But in the very near future, it's the 18th as of the time of this video. It's August 18th. On the 24th, you're going to see changes across the board on all the YouTube channels that you watch, including this channel here. And you're going to see an increase in views. But that increase is kind of false. I don't know how else to put it. It's not real. But my biggest concern is the fact that it's opening the floodgates for more garbage to come through. And that's the stuff that someone like me is competing with. And I'm not, look, this channel's nothing special, guys. In the grand scale, it's nothing special, right? I'm doing what I can. I'm putting the work into it, and I have fun doing this, and I want it to be successful. But at the end of the day, I am a tiny drop in a gigantic ocean. And when that ocean gets full of slop, it's hard to swim through it. It's really difficult. It's stressful. And a lot of creators are going to be feeling this. And I think a lot of people are also going to drop off of the platform. I think that's another thing that's going to happen from here. I'm not going anywhere. But I think a lot of creators, and many that it may be channels that you watch, may choose to either just call it a wrap or move on to another platform, whether it's Kick or Rumble or Twitch or wherever else, or TikTok and stuff. I'm comfortable here on YouTube. I think this platform works best for me, especially at my age and the stuff I can handle and everything. We've talked about it before in the past, like Twitch kind of, it's too much for me. It's too much going on, but I am concerned about this change. The way YouTube is talking about it, they're trying to make it sound like a really...
We got a boomer!
We definitely got a boomer. They're trying to make it sound like it's a big positive thing for everybody, but I don't think that it is. I mean, look, time will tell. The change has not happened yet. It's about to. It's right around the corner. And I'm going to stay on top of it, and I'm going to pay attention to what's going on. But I'm worried about it. And I think that's rightfully so. I think a lot of people are worried about it. And we're going into it cautiously. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, I'm always trying to improve things and evolve the channel as we go. So, of course, changes are going to come along the way. But for the most part, we're going to keep doing our thing here. And we're going to see what these changes do to the channel and see how it impacts us as on the creator side and on the viewer side. And I'm always talking with other people that are running channels as well. So I'll be talking with them about how things are going for them and what they're seeing and how they're impacted. But I wanted to bring that topic up because it's a brand new topic right now that is going to impact everybody on this platform, whether you're a creator or just a viewer. It's both sides of this. It's going to impact everything, and I don't know for sure what that impact will be, but I wanted to let you guys know that I will be keeping an eye on it, and I'll try to keep everybody updated as much as I can with, info I find. Exactly. It's going to be a weird time here on YouTube. It's very, very strange, the way that they're doing this. You mean that we've been watching AI on this channel all the time? Could you imagine? I am... Imagine one day you found out that I'm not real. Imagine. I'm a computer system. I'm an AI avatar. I mean, I think they could have gone with a better looking one, but hey, you know, whatever. This is what the computer spit out. And you've been watching me this whole time? Could you imagine? Well, you know what? That ain't too far off from reality, because I bet there's a bunch of channels out there that the person that we've been looking at isn't even real. But it's been done so well with the AI that we haven't been able to tell. I guarantee there are channels like that out there. And that's scary. That should scare everyone, in all honesty. That's terrifying. Any of the AI that we can't tell is AI, that's the scary stuff. I don't care if it's an AI thing of a pig flying and farting on a cloud. If it looks real enough, where we have to go, did that pig just fart on that cloud? And truly question it. That's terrifying. It should be so easy just to make AI content ineligible for monetization. That's what they're also pushing, but they're trying, but it's a lot. It's a lot. AI is easy cheddar. I mean, it's clearly getting people to watch somehow. I don't know. I don't know why they do it. Oh, we're getting hit by Darth farts. Oh, Darth farts. Inflate the ego, hide the dislikes. It's all in aid of the main character syndrome. Yeah. Why hide the dislikes? It's so silly. It's so silly. If you ever got confused about this stuff, contact Loki. I think he'd hold a PhD in YouTube jargon. That's a good point. Yeah. Absolutely good point. You're looking for it's not genuine. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I get why certain content is made. I totally get it. It doesn't mean I have to like it or that's what I look for and everything, but I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that, dude. Ditto. YouTube has become as shit-filled as the games. Oh my god. This is the only channel I've ever done the member thing. Oh, thank you, Orange Crush. I greatly appreciate that. That is honest. That's awesome. That's very flattering. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. We don't have the hot tub bots for Twitch. Yeah, I don't belong on Twitch. Twitch is a thing for the younger folk. It's not for me. Just keep retro gaming alive. We're trying. I know I'll never meet the minimum, but I'm not going anywhere. Hey, man, I'm glad to have you around, dude. You are awesome, and I love what you're doing with your channel, too. Keep pushing, man. Keep pushing. I think AI might play the games a little better. Yeah, they could definitely definitely get there. Max Headroom, oh my god, becomes Matt Headroom. It's close. It's close. Look how good the Unreal metahumans looked. I don't even want to look. Oh god, it's scary. Loki is actually the one that gave me the modded NES Mini that I'm playing in the Link to the Past on. That's awesome. Gotta love Loki, man. That's awesome. I've been missing his streams, timing-wise, everything. I haven't been able to be there for his streams in the longest time. I gotta try to get back over there. I've always loved his channel. Man. Yeah. Anyways. That's the topics I had running through my head. And I wanted to kind of voice them and get them out of my head a little bit, but it's a weird time to be a gamer. It's a weird time to be on YouTube or any streaming platform, especially at my age and similar. It's there's a lot of changes happening that are going to have major impacts, and we still are we're waiting right now to see what those will be. And I'm talking about both the topics that we talked about tonight. We're in the waiting game right now, which is stressful. And we're going to find out very soon what all this is going to have in store for us. And we're going to deal with it however we all choose to deal with it. And it's going to be a bumpy ride. We're not going to like all of it. There might be some stuff we end up liking, maybe more than we thought we would. But I think we're in for a rough time with all of these changes. I remember when you first started this channel and had less than 50 subs. You've come a long way. Do you still have the first ever video uploaded? I do. I have I still have it up there. It's my Disney Infinity video, isn't it? Hold on, I'm going into studio real quick. It's definitely still there. Videos, oldest. Oh no, you know what it is? I re-uploaded it. The video had a glitch and I re-uploaded it. We got a new subscriber. Let's go. MK King 143. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. My oldest video is actually a little bit newer now because I re-uploaded it because there was an issue with it. But my true oldest video was of me talking about the Disney Infinity figures for the Disney Infinity games. And it's yo, we got a super chat. Let's go. Thank you so much, Zelda. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. It is a members night tonight. I greatly appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. Once a week we do have our members chat rooms for our streams, and I greatly appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much, Zelda. I appreciate it. We're back at Zelda. Speaking of which, we're back at A Link to the Past tomorrow. So that video of Disney Infinity is technically newer now, but that was my first upload. And then I have, after that, is a short video, only 1 minute and 47 seconds, of just gameplay of a moment that I got a jump scare, but I'm not even in the video, but it was playing the game Outlast. But my actual then next oldest video was me talking about the Castlevania anime on Netflix. Oh, video's kind of embarrassing, but it's still there. And then I even have the first time I played Fortnite. Yeah, it was, man, looking at these old videos. Oh, Outlast is incredible. I have a bunch of videos of me in the car driving to work talking about Resident Evil. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, the video's still there. Yo, we got another super chat coming in. Let's freaking go. Dude, thank you so much, man. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. That is awesome. Let's freaking go. I love everybody hanging out here. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. That is awesome. We gotta, and just so you guys know, like with this stuff and everything, I always try to bring things back in to put towards the channel and keep things going, like just to give, you know, I've said it before, but to kind of, you know, let you guys in, you know, behind the curtain a little bit. Our channel memberships have it that completely funds our video games monthly boxes. It's completely funded by memberships, guys. That's how we keep going with it. So, and I can't thank you guys enough, because doing the video games monthly each month is so much fun. And our VGM videos, our unboxings are quite literally thanks to all of you. And that's how I do that. That's how that works. So it's awesome. It's I have so much fun doing that. My oldest is just a Halo Infinite clip, I think. Oh, nice. Halo Infinite. I don't know that one. I know Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Reach. I don't know what Infinite is, but I'm new to Halo. But we'll be coming back to that. Let's keep this channel going forever. I'm going to keep this going as long as I possibly can. I go back and watch my old videos to see how far I've come. Helps me keep going. I do the same. I've looked back at stuff kind of see what I was doing with some things and where I've changed stuff. Maybe even try to bring back something from the older stuff. It's good to keep the videos around. Yeah, it's fun to be able to look back when I find channels that I've never watched before and I'm enjoying what they got going on. I subscribe and everything. One of the first things I do is I go to their channel, into their videos or live streams, whichever one they do, or sometimes it's both, and I click the button that says oldest, and I check out the beginnings of their channels, and I start watching from there and watch the evolution of their channel. That's one of my favorite things to do on YouTube, is watch channels evolve. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's crazy. YouTube takes 50% as well. They don't take that much, but yeah, they take a percentage. And special donors who make the games complete in box. Absolutely, dude. Dude, you have, man, guys. Black Dragon, man. It's amazing the stuff you have done for this channel, dude. I appreciate you so much, man. But yes, I have some complete in-box stuff thanks to Black Dragon, where we've gotten some things, and then all of a sudden he's like, hey, here's the manual. That's awesome. I've been wanting to start a channel forever, but just never commit. It's one of those things that, oh man, the best advice I could give you is, geez, we'll quote Nike, just do it. Like, that's the first step. And, we all have these crazy devices. We have these cell phones, right? That have insane cameras built into them and editing software and all kinds of stuff. And if this is all you need, it's all you need. And you can run an entire YouTube channel from this. That's all you need. And I'd say get started that way. If you already have stuff to do other things and, a nice computer and all that stuff and capture equipment and all that, by all means, use it. But if that's not an option at the moment, use what you have and just go for it. And it's just, think about what it is that you want to do with the channel. What is the topics you want to cover? What do you want to focus on? What are you passionate about? What do you enjoy? Because that's huge. Doing a channel just for the sake of a channel, it's never going to work. You have to be passionate about what it is you're doing on that channel. Make sure it's something that you love, something that you enjoy, because otherwise you're going to reach that burnout point way too quick, right? And it's one of the reasons why I try to have a bit of variety here on the channel, because I would burn out too quick if I stuck to one thing all the time, one game all the time. And there's plenty of channels that stick to one game or one game franchise all the time, and they love it and they do a great job with it and always find something new to do with it. But I could probably easily make a Resident Evil only channel. In all honesty, I know so much about the franchise and there's so much I could talk about on it. And all the games, I have all the games and I could stream every single one of them. But as much as I love that franchise, I wouldn't want that to be the whole thing here on the channel, because there's so many other things I love too that are in the gaming world, especially retro gaming. So the trick is deciding what direction you want to take with it, and you can always pivot. But the biggest, most important piece of advice I can give you is just do it. Just go for it. Because that's the thing that usually stops most people, is that they don't just take that step. And look, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And you move on. Or maybe that version didn't work, so now make changes and try something new. You can always just make changes and try something new. And but it all comes down to just taking that first step. That's the key. That is the most important part. Black Dragon finds the deals. Yes, he does. I'm getting the... Yo, Mortal Kombat! I'm getting the proverbial kick in the butt to get a costume video done. I got so focused on the Motu Mania, and the last video was back in May. I need to readjust to recording. Yeah. Finding the time, too, it gets tricky. It gets tricky. This stuff is not easy, guys. I mean, a lot of it is, like, certain aspects of this, yes, realistically, it is easy. A bunch of it. But it comes down to taking the steps and doing the things and finding the time for it and putting the work in to produce something, to record things, to make sure you have it the way you want it, finding the editing software you're comfortable with, finding a camera you're comfortable with, finding the comfort to be on camera. All of this has to come together without it. And it can cause anxiety, it can get stressful and everything, but it also comes with the joy and excitement of doing it. And that's the thing. Like, I love doing this. I love it. I love hanging out with you guys. I love being able to share my thoughts and opinions on things. I love to have conversations. I love to have a bit of back and forth when we do disagree about things. That's always fun. This is a place where we don't have to all agree. We don't have to all agree on everything. We can disagree. And the nice thing is, we're friends. At the end of the day, it's fine. We could disagree about it. It's fine. But we have great conversations. We can have debates. It's all that stuff. All that comes with this. And the big thing, too, about it is that it's reminiscent, even though we're here on other ends of screens, right? It still has a bit of a reminiscent feel of hanging out with our friends like we used to. And that's something I try to strive towards with doing this, because we live in a very separated world, guys. We the world changed dramatically over all these years, especially in the past several years, and we're all very distant. We're very separated from people, and this, in many cases, for a lot of people, can be the closest thing for them to have hanging out with their friends. And that goes for me as well. Life is not what it used to be. Everything changed. And I just hope that, at least in a small way, if at all, that when people come to spend time here at Matcave Gaming, that when you're here, and the fact that you even choose to spend time here still blows my mind. I love all of you guys. If in some small way at least, there's a bit of a feeling of just, we're all hanging out, sitting on the couch, chatting about whatever we're all talking about, playing games together, talking about movies, talking about, oh, did you see that latest trailer for this? Oh, man, did you hear about that actor and this and that and the other thing? If it can at least just in a small way make you feel what you used to feel just hanging out, then at that point, I've done what I've set out to do. And that, I think, is the ultimate goal of this channel, is to just have a place where everybody can have fun, be comfortable, hang out, and just be you. Be you. And not have to worry about all the other stress and everything else that's going on. If this could be an escape for you a little while, we're about to hit 2 hours, right? If you guys were able to escape anxiety, stress, and discomfort and whatever else in your life for 2 hours, then I've accomplished why I do this. And I hope I'm doing it. I hope I'm doing it. I think I am. I try. I really do try. But that's really all I can hope for. And the fact that any of you are here is just awesome. It's just awesome. And I can't ever thank you guys enough. So, but on that note, we're going to start to head towards wrapping it up, man. Damn straight. I love hanging out on the streams. It's so much fun. You're knowledgeable and fun. Makes it easy to hang out. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You're like the Morgan Freeman of retro gaming. Oh, man. I mean, that's freaking awesome. But I don't... That's great. I don't even know. I don't even fully know what that means, but I love it. Oh my god, dude, that's freaking great. That all hits home for me. Yeah, it's this is what it's about, man. Oh boy, we got an update from Nick. I have died twice already at the very beginning of the Zelda game. You have taken your first steps into a larger world. Oh, dude. Don't worry, you're going to get the hang of it. You're going to get the hang of it quicker than you think. And then as soon as you're comfortable, that's when the game's going to flip stuff on you, and it's going to get harder. This is one of those games. Link to the Past is one of those games in the Zelda franchise that does progressively get harder as you go. Wait until you get to the Dark World. Oh, man. It's going to be awesome. You help us get through the bad days and the weeks. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And you guys do the same for me. You really do. This is, as much as I want this place to be an escape for all of you, it is in fact an escape for me from any stressful things that I'm dealing with, you know? I just enjoy my time here. And the second I hit that go live button, it melts away. The stress melts away, guys. So you guys are awesome. I can't do this without you. And I think we're going to wrap it up here. And, oh, there we go. But we definitely got a family going here. And I am, listen, it's awesome. You guys are great. I'm always happy to be the butt end of a joke. But guys, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to go get some rest tonight. I hope you guys had a good time. I had a blast. As always, remember everybody, keep retro gaming alive, because one day, your games...
Sorry, I farted.
I got hit by a fart on the outro. Oh, man. Well, one day, your farts will be retro too. That's what we're going to end it on. The timing. Oh my god. Guys, we'll be back at it tomorrow with more Link to the Past. We're actually going to have the finale tomorrow. We're taking on Ganon's Tower, so I'm looking forward to it. Everybody, have a great night, and I'll see you all real soon.
Oh, welcome to the Matcave, where the old games never